Alright, so here again with another review and thoughts on really fast. This one will probably be really fast, since it's 6 something in the morning. And yeah, Shazam, which I finally got. I mean to watch it and review it back when I bought it. It's directed by Sandberg, the guy pretty much who did. Oh, it's David. Oh, I'm sorry, David F. Sandberg. I don't know where I got Simon. But yeah. Anyway, basically, it's another film by him. I believe his directorial debut was Lights Out. And then I also enjoyed that one. And then he did Annabelle Creation, which I like. Also, there's an actress in this Shazam movie I played in Creations, which is funny. She has like a decent role, actually. Not really a big role, but it's a pretty minor role, sort of. But then becomes a pretty big role later on. Pretty much the characters of Shazam is pretty much DC's film, superhero film. It is pretty much a 14-year-old kid named Billy who's pretty much a foster kid. And pretty much all he knows is all he needs to do is shout out one word to transform into an adult superhero. Shazam. Still a kid at heart, Shazam reveals the new version of himself. Reveals in the new version of himself doing what any other teen would do, have fun while testing out his newfound powers. But also will need to master them quickly as a evil one-eyed man is after him. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the film. It's basically DC trying to lighten up the mood in terms of what they've been putting out with Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad was kind of. I like Suicide Squad, but they tried to do Guardians of the Galaxy with that one. Wasn't really met well with fans. This fan in particular I liked, but whatever, They did Man of Steel, which was pretty dark, which I didn't mind. Have to watch that again and review it. Wonder Woman's fine. I can watch it. I haven't seen 84 yet. Zack Snyder's Justice League. I did a review for it, so it's on the channel. I did a review for Josh Whedon's version, which I believe I did. After watching Snyder's, I think I'll stick with Snyder's cut. Granted, it's longer, but at least there's a coherent story. For the most part, some scenes I can do without. But this one, it was basically trying to have fun with itself. It's basically a comedy. It's basically if Tom Hanks' Big was a superhero film. Basically what it is, because it's basically this kid. I don't know why I keep saying basically, but basically is what the film is a soft rip-off of Big, but with superhero vibes and themes. You have this character, this kid Billy, who we see him as a child in the beginning at an amusement park with his mom, who I love how they mention, like they do this whole build up of him trying to find his mom, and he does find her. I love her explanation for why she abandoned him. I was 17. Even though the actress does not look 17 in the flashback. Because it's the same, I swear it's the same woman that is, he's talking to in that scene. So, like, because they do a flashback when she's, like, telling the story, and no, she's not 17, let alone the voice. Like, the voice even sounds older. Like, what? I'm sorry. No, you're not 17. Like, cut that out. I love how she just and then she still abandons him at the end of the day. Because, like, I guess she's with an abusive, spouse now. Because, like, you get the gist of, like, the guy that she's living with doesn't like her talking to people outside the door and all that. Like her outside. But yeah, that was a pretty sad scene. I will say the acting from everyone is pretty good, except from the lead kid who plays Billy, aka Shazam. I get he's supposed to be like really gloomy and, you know, Sasuke vibes. I work alone and all that, but or he's supposed to be like Jesse from Free Willy, where he runs away from foster homes. I get it, but like his acting, I couldn't really get into much. If anything, I feel like this is upside down. Whatever. Anyway, I feel like that could have. They should have got a different kid to play Billy, because like his acting, like he was like really monotone most of the time, and not really. I get his character's supposed to be really depressed and lonely or whatever, but and even when he gets like powers, when he's or not even when he gets powers, but like when he's seeing all this magic stuff happening in front of him, he's not really phased much. I mean, I guess CGI, so you don't know what you're really looking at, but still, like, act surprised at least. The kid, Jack Dylan Grazer, who plays Freddy, his foster brother, I got more excitement from him, more enthusiasm from him than the main kid. So, and I guess I know he'll be probably in the sequel as well, because they're doing a sequel. I did see the trailer. It didn't look promising. The action in this is fine. Good. I'll say the humor really got to me. I really enjoyed the humor. I like the scene where Freddy and Billy, they should pretty much, I guess they want to sneak out of school or something, so like he pretends to be his dad or whatever. And then, like, he insults the security guard or the hall monitor security guy, wherever he is, of the school. And, like, he, like, says, "Oh, I heard so nice, mate. I heard many nice things about you." And then Freddy's like, "No, not this security guard. He sucks." I like that scene. Just the older sister of the foster folks, Grace Caroline, who plays Mary. I thought she was hot. I mean, aside from that, I thought she was decent. Her character's not really developed as much. I mean, she's basically the oldest of all the foster kids. So like she's supposed to go to college, but then she gets in, but she doesn't want to leave the foster family behind, so she decides not to go through with it. Okay. But even in that scene where Billy's, as Shazam's like telling her, "No, you gotta go to college, abandon that foster home, go be you, like stay you, focus on you," and like he's pretty much trying to tell her, you know, it's better to be alone than with family or whatever, because he's been let down so many times. So you get that. Even they figure out who he is on TV, which was funny. Because then the youngest little sister of the Foster family, she already knows pretty much because uh, they end up coming home at one night and pretty much she catches them, whatever. And I liked her scene where she's like, finally, you guys realized who he is. I didn't say anything. I'm a good sister or whatever. And that was funny. I did like the whole the climax of this is pretty good. I like the final fight scene between the Foster family becoming multiple Shazams. I guess pretty much if you hold that staff or whatever, I guess anybody can really be a Shazam. It doesn't even have to be a certain person with a heart of purity, because, or maybe maybe it does, but it seems not, because the evil guy wants Billy to say Shazam while he's holding the staff, and so I didn't understand it. Hearts. So I guess you don't really have to be pure of heart to get the power of Shazam. I guess anybody can really just grab the thing and say Shazam if they know the wizard's name. But yeah, I did like the final fight between Shazam and evil bad guy, which I thought he was pretty creepy. Dr. Siva, the evil Doctor Doom, magic Doctor Doom man. He has like these cool demons that come out of him, which I thought was pretty creepy. Would have been cool if they played that part a bit more darker, because I swear there was a review somebody did where they like said like there was a scene in this where it was like it got really dark in the foster home scene where I guess he ends up going there, but not really. Like, yeah, he threatens them, but then Shazam takes them into the other portal place where Wizard was. Also, the final shot of this movie I did like, where you have the Foster kids come to Freddy's lunch, and then Billy makes up for missing out on, because he told everybody that he knew Shazam, and he never showed that throughout the movie. So then, pretty much at the end, he does, and then he also invites Superman at the lunch table, which I'm like, okay, so, but then they never show. They show like up to here, so they don't never show his face. So I don't know if that's supposed to be Henry Cavill's Superman, or they couldn't get Henry, so they had a stand-in, but they had a body stand-in instead of a whole thing. But then I'm like, where were you, Superman, when stuff was going down? Then how does he know Superman all of a sudden now? Like, what? He knows Superman now? At the very end? I really didn't care for that ending shot. I like the shot where he tells everybody, he's my best friend, or whatever. But then they pan over to Superman, and they get, or half of Superman, and they get Freddy's reaction, which I thought was funny. But again, it's like, where's the logic of why didn't you contact this guy? Or not even why didn't you, but how did you contact Superman to begin with? But, aside from that, I will say it's shot well. It's a decently paced film. The acting's pretty good, aside from the main kid, Billy, played by Asher Angel. Okay. But yeah, if anything, I would have had probably Jack play the Billy character, and then have, yeah, I would have had Jack Dylan Grazer play the Shazam, or the um, Billy character, and the other actor play the other character. Zachary Levi as Shazam, the main dude on the cover. I know he did great, capturing pretty much acting like a kid in an adult's body, pretty much. Tom Hanks. That's probably what all you did was watch Tom Hanks, or watch Michael Jackson interviews, and you know. But yeah, I did like the relationship, his and Freddy's, where they're testing out different weaknesses and powers. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Please give it a like, comment down below, and yeah.